Alright, so today we're diving into the fascinating world of cell-cell junctions. Ever wondered how the cells in your body stay connected to form tissues and organs, or how they communicate and work together seamlessly to keep everything running smoothly? By the end of this video, you'll understand the different types of cell-cell junctions, how they're structured, and why they're so essential for our body's overall function. And if you're looking to deepen your understanding even further, make sure to check out King of the Curve for some incredible learning resources. Alright, let's start with the basics. Cells in our body don't just float around aimlessly. They're part of complex networks that make up tissues and organs. Cell-cell junctions are these amazing structures that physically connect cells to one another. Think of them as the glue that holds everything together. These junctions are more than just connectors. They help cells communicate, provide structural support, control what can pass between them, and even act as barriers when necessary. You'll mostly find these cell-cell junctions in epithelial tissues, which line surfaces like your skin or the inside of your gut, but they're also present in organs like the heart, kidneys, and liver, ensuring everything stays in place. When it comes to cell-cell junctions, we've got three main players to talk about: adherence junctions, tight junctions, and gap junctions. Each of these has a unique structure and serves a specific function that helps maintain the integrity of our tissues. First up, let's talk about adherence junctions. These are like the strong glue that keeps cells attached to one another side by side. You'll find them in tissues that experience a lot of wear and tear, like your skin or the lining of your gut. Now here's how they work. Adherence junctions are made up of three main components. You've got actin filaments, which are like the scaffolding that helps maintain the shape of the cell. Then you have caterins, which are proteins that extend out from the cell membrane. They're pretty special because they reach out and grab onto caterins from neighboring cells, forming a strong connection. And lastly, there are adapter proteins like catenins that link these caterins to the actin filaments inside the cell. It's almost like a chain link fence that holds everything together, giving the cells both strength and flexibility. And here's a fun fact: these caterins depend on calcium to work correctly. That's why they're called calcium-dependent adhesion proteins. One more thing about adherence junctions: when cells lose their caterins, they can actually start to detach and move around. This is something we often see in cancer cells that become metastatic, spreading to different parts of the body. Next up, we've got tight junctions, also known as occluding junctions. Think of these as the Ziploc seals that keep cells tightly packed together, creating a barrier that prevents anything from sneaking between them. They're particularly important for tissues that need to maintain separate environments, like your gut or the blood-brain barrier. Tight junctions are formed by two main proteins, claudins and occludins, which lock together and create a seal. You'll typically find these junctions near the top or the apical surface of the cells. This helps to control what substances can pass between the cells, keeping unwanted stuff out. In your gastrointestinal tract, for instance, tight junctions stop digestive enzymes and harmful microorganisms from getting into deeper tissues. And in the brain, they help form the blood-brain barrier, keeping the central nervous system safe from potentially harmful substances circulating in your blood. Interestingly, not all tight junctions are completely impermeable. In your kidneys, for example, certain ions like sodium and potassium can pass through, thanks to special pores in the claudins and occludins. Alright, now let's talk about gap junctions, which are like tiny tunnels between neighboring cells. These junctions allow ions and small molecules to pass freely from one cell to another, which is crucial for tissues that need to work together in perfect harmony. Gap junctions are made up of proteins called connexins. 6 connexins come together to form a channel known as a connexon. When connexons from adjacent cells align, they create a passageway that connects the two cells. These junctions are especially important in tissues that need to respond quickly and in sync. For example, in your heart, gap junctions allow ions to flow freely between cardiac muscle cells, ensuring your heartbeats are smooth and coordinated. Similarly, neurons in your brain use gap junctions to transmit electrical signals rapidly, helping you react in an instant. While we've covered the main types of cell-cell junctions, there are a couple more worth mentioning: desmosomes and hemidesmosomes. Desmosomes are like the heavy-duty bolts that anchor cells together, especially in tissues that experience a lot of mechanical stress, like your skin or heart. They're packed with specialized proteins called desmoglein and desmocollin. On the other hand, hemidesmosomes don't connect cells to other cells. Instead, they anchor cells to the extracellular matrix, specifically to the basal lamina. They use proteins called integrins to keep everything stable, ensuring cells stay put even when faced with forces that might otherwise cause them to shift or move. When these structures don't work properly, it can lead to certain skin conditions like pemphigus vulgaris or bullous pemphigoid, where the bonds between cells break down, causing painful blisters. Understanding cell junctions isn't just interesting, it's vital for healthcare and medicine. When these junctions fail or are compromised, it can lead to serious health problems. For instance, autoimmune diseases like pemphigus vulgaris target desmosomes, while others like bullous pemphigoid attack hemidesmosomes. Knowing how these structures work can help us better understand, diagnose, and treat such conditions. Alright, let's do a quick recap. We explored the world of cell-cell junctions, these amazing structures that keep our cells connected and working together. We covered adherens junctions, which act like glue, tight junctions, the Ziploc seals, gap junctions, the communication channels, and finally, desmosomes and hemidesmosomes, the anchors. These tiny structures play a huge role in keeping our tissues and organs functioning correctly. And there you have it, a complete guide to cell-cell junctions. If you're looking to explore more topics like this and want an edge in your studies, check out King of the Curve. It's packed with interactive content to help you master complex concepts. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell to stay updated. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll catch you in the next video.